Welcome back to another episode of We Are in the Kitchen, next to this one, Brother Donic. We are actually in the open hand temple of Ilmater, and there's a hatch up here. And that one conveniently is connected to the quest of, well, sadly, we can only look at this way. The crime scene thingy with Father I don't know his name. This is the... And how do we help this one? If we reach the open hand temple, we should look for the spirit's granddaughter, Shirra Clarwen. Wait a minute, Shirra. Sister Yanis. No. So Shirra Clarwen actually died. For some reason we couldn't figure that out. But let's just see. Let's go downstairs here. This is not the quest. Investigate castles. No. There. The corpse of Brilgor mentioned that he and Father Lorgan were murdered in a hidden tunnel beneath the open-hand temple. We can access it through the temple crypt. There is a temple crypt? Huh. Okay, looks like we have an awful lot to loot right now. They say something about the temple crypt. But where is the temple crypt? Maybe there's something hidden there. You can access it through the temple crypt, but how do you get into the temple crypt? Maybe the crypt is down here. I mean, that would explain a lot. Yeah, that explains the sharp cut down here. Like, look at that. The minimap kind of gives it away, but...
I will take my pick.
Let's see what we have here. We have a door. Look at that. A bucket, and doors, and towels, and everything in order to clean up the blood. Oh, by the way, look at it. This is probably where it happened, where they found the body. But why is it that they took the hand with them? I think the hand that we found is related to it. I mean, why else would they have a hand here, right? That could have been it. Maybe one of those refugees was connected to the ship and to these, like, pirates or whatever. Like the Stone Lord fellows. Rotten Waterhaven cheese wheel. Oh, come on. Why can't I get this one? Why can't I get that one? So, more buckets, of course. And are we tall enough for the high shelves? Yes, we are. Oh, that might be something interesting. If you're not tall enough, or if you can't reach the items on the upper shelves, right? Then maybe having a taller character works. Maybe this is how you can get around it. Maybe it's not a bug, but actually a feature. Something that tries to induce you into having a slightly larger character, or at least having this enlargement spell. Okay, just follow the blood trail. Oh, does it? Oh, yo. Okay, wait a minute. Why is there...
On my way.
Why is there an altar down here in the... That makes no sense. What are they trying to do? Is it like a perception roll or something happening here? No.
Assume nothing.
No, actually not assume nothing. It's more like assume anything. If you can assume anything, heraldic sign. That's so interesting. What? Oh! Look at this. A button. Okay. So first we're going to loot things. They said something about hidden buttons down here, and this heraldic sign is a nice giveaway. But
securing.
Would you have seen that heraldic sign without the naming thingies in here? Because this makes things a lot easier to see and whatnot. Let's just get those braziers lit up so we can see things.
Consider me intrigued.
Okay, this one doesn't make any light at all.
Worth examining.
But this is suspicious. Every time you see an altar and a somewhat far too flat and too perfect looking wall, it is a really good giveaway. And this one is another button. Okay, so there are multiple buttons We don't know which one of those buttons is the right one. We just know that there are definitely some buttons. Some rotten bananas, right? Something in here, definitely sheet music. Is there... are there more buttons that we need to press? What do we got here? A hand drum? So they're making music down here. Actually, why is making music not part of any quest? Would have been nice. So, where does... wait a minute, there's a door here, there's a door there. So first we're going to look for any things to read in here. What do we got? We got like empty bottles and the like. And this one, Rites for the Passing. A book of Ilmater death rites. This page on the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many a time, oh worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort a faith less unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Or perhaps, even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord of the Wreck grants us a great many powers, but altering the moral velocity of a soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. Wait, does it not forbid? If it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, tell them that the weeping god awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe whatever torment their soul bears in the realms beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from hardship. It remembers not their body, but their soul. So this is the reason why the Ilmater arrow prevents healing, because they want it to die and they want to make the passing easier. So healing would prevent them from dying. In this case, it just draws out the inevitable pretty much. So Father Lorgan on the Very. A collection of Father Lorgan's writings on despondency. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ale is that which dulls, but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's soul, but it casts its mirroring net across the surface, dampening all errant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart, if left to fester, but must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend. Do not assume. Do not impose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. Quarter stuff. Pretty decent damage done. And a plea for rest. An hastily scrawled and slightly damped plea of rest, requesting to be freed of Ilmater's service for the duration of a 10-day, as the writer mourns Father Lorgan. And sheet music. An elegiac fugue, or fuck you, in the key of D minor, entitled Ode to the Oppressed. A fugu. That's a good one. Okay, so what's behind door number 3? More stuff to loot. And more stuff.
Easy.
Oh!
This place is hungry for blood.
That's a strange one. Display case. Why is a display case? Especially a display case in this kind of temple. Rigged. Oh, look at this. More health potions. Quite nice. What have we gotten so far? A scroll of empiric touch and mind reading goes to me. This and this goes up here. What about this one? That's already. Miracles of the Outer City. A record of alleged miraculous phenomena in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate, attributed to Ilmater, customer of Gildro Angleron. Reckons he healed up mighty quick from painful forge burn. Asked if Ilmater had something to do with the irksome, talkative gent outside Carmen's powerful agent of suffering. What are they? Some talkative gent. Who? Commons. I don't know if they are. I have to check that one. Anyway, Soup still showing up at a refugee camp even after temple closed kitchens. Curious. Man's hands tied together in horse reins. Claims he's a holy symbol. Maneb Nestor reports feeling close to his duty since relocation to refugee camp. Oh! That's a dwarf dude. Interesting. So, some of them really like to help people. Quite nice. What's in here? Oh.
Enough waiting.
Look
I
at
crave
that.
blood.
Teaching of Ilmater, the scroll of dominate person. Pretty neat. The would-be saint? Would be. Why would they? Man. Why do we go further away? Or to take the items off of that? That's weird.
One true way.
Yep, that's the only one. Okay. Yep. You really have to check it, because sometimes items appear and sometimes they disappear, depending on your positioning. And this one goes to me. So, what have we found? This is holy water. Teaching of Ilmater. A series of behavioral lessons as derived from a devotee interpretation of the ascendancy of the god of suffering, life, and endurance, Ilmater. Some of it is wholesome, with an emphasis on gentleness and the alleviation of hardship. Some of it is a bit more dubious, such as the veneration of martyrs above all living saints. Some of it is flatly weird, including some stuff about self-flagellation, which is not most people's idea of a good time. In this case, the self-flagellation means that they use some kind of whip thingy in order to beat their own backs with it. Definitely not nice. Sometimes it's not just a whip and it's also barbed or something in order to pierce the skin easier or whatever. Definitely not cool. So, the would-be saint. The book tells the story of a patriarch woman who gave up her fortune to become a cleric of Ilmater in service in the outer city and now seeks to be canonized after her death. Do we know that one? Herein is the full of true account of my bid to be canonized after my death as Saint Bridget of Ilmater, the broken god, he of compassion and mercy, the one who endures. In this case, endures is quite interesting word, because endures meaning that he can just withstand whatever comes their way, but it also means that they stand even if everybody else fails or disappears. I lived a blessed life of every privilege a patriarch woman can fathom. My parents were loving and generous, my community warm, our larder was always full to bursting, but in the years after the death of Sarcophagus, my eyes were opened to the world as it is, a world of pain and danger, a world where evil, if left unchecked, can thrive. I realized that my blessings had a cost. Why had I so much where others had so little? I could no longer remain in the gilded Elysium of the upper city and sought to see the world as it truly was. So, just because you have an awful lot doesn't mean you have to give it away. Just to have an awful little doesn't mean that you can take everything that you want. In both cases, the reason why people have a lot is because circumstance. In this case, circumstance of what? Circumstance of contract. Interaction, basically. Some system was put in place that people benefit from. And the benefiting ones are usually the ones that get rich of it. And some other ones get poor of it. But do they actually get poor? Or do they just change whatever it is? Yeah, that's basically it. Systems getting put in place and people benefiting off of it. Let's disarm this one and see what's inside this display case. Okay. 31. Easy. Do we have a key for it? Of course not.
A crooked touch.
Okay, so it's a 20 in both cases.
Like it will be
What's
done.
in here? Elixir of guileful movement. Your movement speed can be reduced by difficult terrain or spells. Can be paralyzed or restrained. Places effects from other elixirs when drunk. Uh-huh. I mean, elixirs
Still alive.
are very special.
So that's progress.
They're not just some normal potions. I would rather keep them in my own inventory, the MCs. Oh, wait.
Indolence breeds madness.
There is something up here. Oh, there's a door. Okay, so either you can jump across. Ah, look at that. You can. And that way. And there's a heavy chest. Nice. So, what's so special about that one? There's another chasm in here. Okay. Oi. Oh, look at this. You can listen to someone. We never got the fun job soon. Rather. And soon. Bandits. And an awful lot of... Ooh, okay. They're on Dross Cluster. Okay. So these fellows are behind that door. There's a shippy door that goes that way. And that one goes... Oh, look at that. Now we know what's behind door number 3. So there are different ways around it. And in this case, we are going to end up here nonetheless. We know where the buttons are. So we are going through the front door, I would say. The other way would be to just surprise them. But yeah, now we know that there's definitely a different way around. The thing is, should you or should you not? And always watch out for the minimap and look for these particular lines telling you where to move on forward. And for some reason it just opens up the whole map for no particular reason. Oh wait, there's also door number 3 over here.
Seems simple enough.
Let's see what's behind there. There is now this is suspicious. Maybe there are also some traps around. Something to see. Let's just waltz around, see if we can find something. The answer is no, so we are going to read. Let's see.
Here lies Flintster Sunseeker, born 1400 DR, died 1456 DR.
Okay, so it's a positive count, not a negative one. What's inside here? Flintster Sunseeker.
Assume nothing.
Nothing.
Repositioning.
So, my guess is that somewhere in those sarcophagi there is a dead person. Probably related to the spirit amulet.
Here lies Sister Shirra Clarwen, date of birth unknown, died 1491 DR.
That...
The amulet's spirit's granddaughter. She's already gone.
What do you mean already? Monk manifestation.
Darling Shirra, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone, thou might be, alas.
He's definitely cursed with an awful lot of laughter.
Blacketh's will be done.
So... Can we actually talk to the... What the...
Honored Shirra, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shirra. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmater's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou?
I mean, why not? Ponder what you know of the monk's affliction. What are the consequences of accepting it? We're gonna get mad somehow. If it will bring you peace, I will bear the madness. Sure, gods, I don't want to inherit your curse. We don't even know the curse, kind of. And what happens if I say yes? Yeah, it's a good question. We could ponder a little bit. See what arcane... Ah, of course it's a 50. Why is it always so high? Really? I'm going to use some inspiration charges. I have to roll this again. Come on. Oh, thank goodness.
The monk himself holds your answer. Tasha's hideous laughter is a powerful skill, but earning it may come at the cost of wisdom.
That's an interesting one. So we get the Tasha's hideous laugh. Do they just mean this casting the spell? Or do they mean more? If it will bring you peace, I will bear that madness. Yeah, gods, no. I don't want to inherit your curse. And what if I say yes?
Thou shalt know the extent of Shah's mania, Tasha's hideous laughter at thine beck and call. But at what cost? Who might say?
It's definitely going to backfire, but I don't even know if there's another way around. You know what? Let's just free that spirit and hope we can bring it some peace.
Your muscles tingle and your mouth twitches as the laughing madness spreads through you. Madness tugs at your mind, prods in places best left untouched. You feel your wisdom begin to drain.
So, call on your wits and shield your mind's most vulnerable reaches. Constitution saving throw. Oh, look at this one. Steal yourself and guide the sensation elsewhere. You can also use illicit stuff, but this one is not as good. Call on the parasite to absorb the strike now. Accept the inevitable and allow your wisdom to drain. Nah. Let's try this one. This is the only one that's actually somewhat positive. Plus 3 and plus 1 from guidance. That's pretty good. And advantage. So let's just hope for the best. Right. Oh, wait a minute. It's 15.
You remain wise as ever, even as Shah's madness spreads outward. You giggle, struck by the absurdity of the moment. A spirit hiding inside an amulet has brought you to the body of his granddaughter and possessed it. Outrageous. Ridiculous. Once again, you feel your wisdom draining away. Hilarious. What is it?
Now, do I have to do this? Okay. We can try this again. Hold firm. We'll make this curse a gift. You will not surrender your wisdom. Thank goodness.
The urge to laugh dwindles. Though you can't help but chuckle. You withstood the monk's madness and earned Tasha's hideous laughter.
And only thanks to a little item.
My friend, forgive me, for this mind was not mine own. May laughter be thy gift, never thy curse. The morning lord calls. Canst thou feel the warmth of his blessing? This is not my final twilight, but a new dawn. Farewell.
The corpse is an empty husk once more. The monk, liberated from madness, is finally at peace.
And
He's gone. Well, he was always good for a laugh.
And we're given a nice spell. Can we increase that row again? Yes. Oh. So many spells. And so very, very... So very little assortment. Okay, that was Shirra's thingy. That was the plaque. Maybe there's more. Let's just sort these things. Longstrider was always on the right. That one was here. That one is there. Fogcloud is usually somewhere at the bottom. Let's place this over here. So now we have a little bit of a opening up there. Let's see. Nah, let's let this one be here. The attack will be... Yeah, where will be the attack? That's a good question. The attack might be somewhere over here. Everything on the left is something that we're not going to need. Guidance could stay up here. That's a cantrip, conjure us. And familiar, this is also a interesting spell. Right. This is the weapon munition. This is ranged things. This one can stay ranged. This one goes up here. This one is a ranged ability. This one is brace. This is also... Oh, wait a minute. Range. This is concussive strike. This is melee. This is also related to the melee thing. This is a special spell that we have gotten. And survival instinct is also somewhat special. We're going to place that... Yeah, where are we going to place it? We're going to place it somewhere over here. Arabella's Shadow Entangled here. And like so. Perfect. Now, how does that work? Leave a creature prone with laughter. Oh. They are ruffling, so to speak. Rolling on the floor laughing. The creature must have an intellect of 5 or more in order to get the joke. The target can try to shake off the effect each time it takes damage. Oh, each time it takes damage, but what if it doesn't take damage? That's the real question. We can only use it once though, if we long rest, and it's a concentration thing. Very interesting indeed. So we have Entanglement, which is somewhat similar. Casts upon a shadow or shadow and undead creature. Wait. Upon shadow and undead creature. Zzz. Okay, plural. So it doesn't need to be an undead shadow. Creatures and the entangling surface can affect any creatures who move through it. Tangle. It's a surface? We can cast it on a target, but then it says a surface. That's weird. Weave-bound vines. Crafted from the very weave itself. A most unorthodox enchantment. Sure. Strength save. I have to be careful with that. I always have to look for spells relating to characters that have lower stats than the safety roll of the correlating spell. Meaning that I should cast strength, like this spell here, only against characters that have very little strength. In order to have a very low roll and to make it easier for me to actually get a successful cast.
Windbane, born 1399 DR, died 1486 DR. Here lies Satida Atari, born 1411 DR, died 1485 DR.
Wait a minute, 1485, isn't that the same as that one?
Give it a shot.
Here lies Sister Shirra Clarwen. Date of birth unknown. Here lies 1491 DR. Born 1400 DR. Died 1456
the Windbane fellow,
DR.
I think. That one as well. Yeah, wait. I actually wanted to talk with the dead in order to figure that out. So, the thing is, it got occupied. No target. What do you mean, no target? Can't target undead. Actually, being undead doesn't matter.
If not over, then through.
They are not really undead. They are just dead. Or are they? Yeah, they are considered to be zombies. No, they are not zombie. But yeah, they have probably some difficulty speaking. That's basically it. So, the money goes to me. This one goes to Larian. And what do we do with the boots? Elven wood sold. They're gonna be sold. That's something for later. So, now we got this stuff done. They have a... We have 2 buttons over here. Do we have to press them at the same time? Okay, that's button number 1. And this is button number 2. But nothing in the text says anything about hidden buttons. Okay, so you just press 2 buttons. Not at the same time. Nothing else, really. Yeah. Just make sure that you move these crests here before. Then you can get this done. Wait a minute.
Assume nothing.
Not enough space. Let's move over here real quick. Can you jump across here? No, you can't. Okay. So it's just the flare of a ruin thingy. Okay. No, there's probably some combat going to start
With
a
haste.
bit later. Oh, this. More experience for finding a
For
cavern.
battle.
A cavern.
Quickly then.
Okay, let's just loot our way forward. Ah, and the lever! Yeah. There's always a lever on the other side, making it possible for you to open the... yeah, that door from the other side if there are no buttons available. Pretty neat.
Open up.
Okay. Burn up Sakis. And there's this shabby door. Oh, we have to be careful not to get too close to this one. Yeah, the shabby door goes to that place. And as I did before, you can just jump across. And this might be a way to surprise these fellows and to have the higher ground when it comes to combat. The other way would be to just stand up here and shoot downwards. 50, 50, and 50. So we are going to attack them from up here. Probably going to sneak or something.
I won't ever believe this.
So let's do
Have
that.
to keep going.
Alrighty. Maybe we're gonna make a little cut in here. The whole hideous laughter thing can be an episode on its own. And the whole murder thingy might be something for another time. Alright. Until then, like and subscribe, of course, and ta-ta!